Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. I'm returning to you tonight, well, pretty late tonight, for a soundtrack review. And this is for the Mulan, the original motion picture soundtrack review that I plan on reviewing. So I'm going to discuss what I listened to for this soundtrack and let you know my thoughts on it. So let's dive into this review. Now, geez, this soundtrack was like 83 minutes. So I spent a lot of time listening to this. Well, I had enough free time to listen to it because it's one of the newer albums or soundtrack or album that came out recently. It's the new kind of music that just came out. But what did I think of it overall? It's pretty good. Wasn't disappointed. I think it's even better than watching the movie. The movie did not have any music in it, and that's what I was really let down by. So, yeah, the movie I like it, but I I don't know how I feel about Mulan the movie. I think the animated version was better. That's just my opinion, but yeah, I just feel that the animated version with Eddie Murphy in it was really good. And there were more jokes in it, and it was a cartoon. But for this one, I know they had to make it a live action, but at least they added a kind of creature to guide her and kind of protect her or whatever. The Phoenix or whatever in the movie. But for the most part, the songs, like all from 1 to 23, are all composed by Harry Gregson Williams. And he was the guy that composed all the music for this film and this soundtrack. And there's only like 3 songs that just have singing in it. And I was a little let down by the fact about that. But still, when I listen to this whole thing, I'm like, okay, it's pretty good. It is better than the movie, that's for sure. In my opinion, I think the soundtrack is better than the movie because it kind of goes into more detail about what you're listening to, and you can picture after you watch the movie that you're actually listening to what you watched in the movie, which is so ironic. And I'm like, oh wow. But Mulan Rides into Battlefield was a pretty good one. There's a lot of tracks on here. I don't even know where to begin with which songs I really liked. I did enjoy the Reflection 2020 Christina Aguilera version. That was really good. I really loved it. Her voice when she sings Inside, and I'm like, holy shit, I did not think she could hit that note. And I'm like blown away by her voice. And I'm like, shit, this was really good. Uh, but yeah, most of the soundtrack takes you on a little journey like you're listening to the movie or watching the movie at the same time. Like after you finish watching the movie, like I said, it you can even listen to it while you're listening to the soundtrack. You can just listen to what's going on like it's a movie to you or whatever, which is pretty cool. But yeah, there's a few setbacks in this motion picture soundtrack. It just at times it kind of does bore you, but for if you get through all the way to track 26 from 1 to 26, then you know you did it. Be like, yes, I actually finished the soundtrack or whatever. Like, that'll be something that you'll be proud of or something. But it is worth listening to. It's really nice. The composed music in this uh by Harry Gregson Williams was pretty good. And sorry for a little bit of my yawning. I gotta go to bed soon. But I just wanted to return to you for this. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to review Big Sean's album tomorrow after I get back home from work, and uh, I gotta listen to it and then review it afterwards. But yeah, overall, I think this soundtrack was pretty good. I think it's better than the movie. Movie was average, but it wasn't great. It had a lot of flaws with not adding music into the movie and cutting out important scenes that were valuable to making the movie being a success. Uh, Giving it probably a B or so, but overall, out of 10, I'll give this soundtrack, the Mulan, the original motion picture soundtrack, an 8.5 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. I see myself returning to this off and on. I wouldn't say I return to it all the time, but only when I feel like hearing something mellow. This is kind of soothing and culture cultivating too. Uh, has a lot of good culture music in it too, which is really nice. Uh, but anyways, comment below. Let me know what you guys thought of the Mulan, the original motion picture soundtrack, if you've heard it. And if you like this review, for the soundtrack review, comment below and let me know your thoughts on it. Tap a like on this video if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel if you can to support the channel. Like I said, I will return to you for Big Sean's Detroit 2 album review. It's gonna have to be tomorrow. I thought I'd have time to come around to it tonight, but I didn't. So I was a little... I know you guys are probably going to be disappointed, like, oh, where's his review for Detroit 2 by Big Sean? It will happen tomorrow. That's going to actually happen. And then I think after that, there's not going to be that much left to do. I'll have a Disciple album review to do on Sunday, and then a live stream on Monday, along with another Disciple album review. So, gonna be a little busy for a little bit, with some videos and a few marathon album reviews. I'm still doing the Disciple album reviews, their marathon album reviews. I'm gonna be starting with I did start it on Monday, the 31st of August, and it's gonna go all the way to September 21st. So yeah, it's gonna last for at least 3 weeks. But September 21st isn't too far away, but it almost feels like it is. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this soundtrack review for Mulan, the original motion picture soundtrack that I reviewed. Definitely stay safe. Take care. Have a nice night. Have a really good night if you guys are enjoying your Friday night. And if you're watching the Mulan movie, which it's worth checking out, it's just there's some scenes in the movie that they shouldn't have cut out, because Disney kind of fucked up there. But I'll definitely see you in my next review, which will be for the Big Sean Detroit 2 album review tomorrow. So I'll see you in the next video.